grey seal is the world's first protected creature and wildlife creature protected by legislation, by a British Act a little over 100 years ago, the 1914 Protection of Grey Seal Act. The message was emerging that Ireland needed to take its conservation responsibilities, so we seized on the idea of seal watching. It was, I suppose, the start of a kind of sustainable marine ecotourism project around the seals. Well, the little NGO that we have spent the last 30 years and more is called the Irish Seal Sanctuary, which has handled about 1,000 seals and has given rise to the entire wildlife rehabilitation effort in Ireland. Our job, to a great degree, was making people aware of the problems facing not just the seals, but the natural world, and encouraging them to actually influence policy through local and national and international politicians. One of the great outcomes of that was actually the declaration of Ireland as a whale and dolphin sanctuary. This was achieved through pure citizen power.
We need every single citizen to stand strong, because together we can make change.
So we became advocates for seals, and their role in nature and in the ecosystem. Visiting schools, creating awareness, take out walks and talks along the seafront. When we did seal releases over the years, these actions often were accompanied by media. We involved entire communities. We ran the biggest wildlife events in Ireland. On 3 occasions, over 5,000 people turned up on the beach to release a seal. The seals and other creatures are very much the messengers of a future, and a very uncertain future that faces not me, I'll be gone, but my children. We're progressively losing our contact with the living entity that is the natural world itself, that is explained these days in terms of ecological services and ecosystem management and conservation. And these are all fancy scientific words, for a very simple concept that we learned from children, which is that conservation is quite simply learning to live together with other species. We are in the greatest extinction ever, the Anthropocene extinction. We have to recognize the fact that we have destroyed so much of our habitat through ignorance, through greed, through a need to acquire more and more of the natural world and consume more and more of it. The planet is well capable of actually sustaining us all. It is not well capable of sustaining the greed of us all.
No election anymore!
We have to learn to share. We have to give the other creatures space and access to the resources of the world. We cannot keep carving it up, for pure profit and nothing else. So now we need to learn to live sustainably. The biggest challenge is changing in the minds and hearts of people their approach to the natural world. We have to address our personal lifestyles. We have to take responsibility for our own actions. We have to lead the so-called leaders, the political leaders, because they are not really capable of responding to anything. I think it's all down to the youth now. The only help we can offer youth is to believe in them, that they are capable of changing direction. They are capable of creating a better world for themselves and their successors. So we're appealing to the better nature within ourselves for the better good. And then everything is hopeful. Gardens will bloom again, and fields will improve productivity again, and soil will regenerate, and waters will cleanse and recycle, and fish will grow and flourish again. All this can happen just by a change of mind, but it's like our light switch. We can switch it on, we can switch it off. If we choose to ignore, we are facing further extinctions. If we choose to take heed, then we are still in a Garden of Eden.